Welcome back. In this video, you will learn how to perform table cloning in Snowflake. So let's go to your Snowflake trial account and let's start playing with the clone feature. I'm going to create a simple order table and then I'm simply going to execute the query. And you can see that our table has been successfully created. Now let's populate few thousand rows in this table using a select statement. You already know all these things, so I'm not going to repeat them again. Let's execute the query. After execution, you will see that 100,000 rows have been inserted into a simple order table. Now, let's quickly validate the insertion. For that, I'm going to select top 10 rows from the table. Upon execution, you will see that data has been successfully ingested into our table. So this is the order table with the order key, customer key, order status, total price, order date, and order priority. Before we clone the table, let's perform one delete operation. So we can also validate the time travel feature alongside. So I am going to delete the order key between 30 to 40. And let's see how many records get deleted. Upon execution, you will see that a total of 8 rows have been deleted. Now we will create a new table called the simple order clone using the clone keyword. So the SQL syntax is pretty straightforward. Here you can see that we are using a clone keyword, and here I am creating a clone using a simple order permanent table. Upon running, you will see that our clone table has been successfully created. Now let's take a table count from both the tables. For the simple table, the count is 99,992 rows because we have deleted 8 rows. Now the clone table should also give the same number of rows. And yes, it is again 99,992 rows. Now I would like to ask you a question. Is it really a zero copy clone? To identify that, we need to check the information schema table dataset. Let me run the information schema table for you. So I'm going to run the query to select the information schema from the tables, a simple order and the simple order clone which is present inside the table schema e_dev. Once you run it, you will get two tables. Here you can see that I have a simple order table which is the primary table. Or we can also say that it is a source table. And then we have a simple order clone table, which is a clone table, and I can see that the row count for both the tables is the same. And the byte size and the retention time is also the same for both the tables. So in short, everything looks exactly the same for both the tables because it is a point in time snapshot. One thing to remember is that the table name must appear in the uppercase because in Snowflake everything is stored in uppercase. Now let's check the byte fields in the table storage matrix view. And to access this, we have to use the account admin role. So firstly, let's just switch the role to the account admin. Now let me run the query on the table storage matrix and filter the table name simple order and simple order clone on my schema which is e_dev. Upon running, you can clearly see that I have a clone table and I have a source table through which the table has been cloned. Now for the clone table, my active bytes are still 0. And for the source table, which is the simple order table, here we have a large number of active bytes. Since we have performed some delete operation, so I have data available for my time travel bytes. So this proves that when you make a clone of a table, at that point of time there is no physical data movement or copy has happened under the hood and it is just referring to the physical partition file of the source table. However, as I've already told you that as we start making changes, the simple order clone will start getting some active bytes. Now let's make some changes independently and validate the behavior. Okay, so now I'm going to insert 1000 rows into the simple order table. Upon running, 1000 rows have been inserted. And don't worry about the duplicate rows, this is just for validating the clone feature. Now on the clone table, I am performing some update operation. So you can see that roughly 60,000 rows have been updated. Now let's check again how the information schema looks like. You can see that for the orders table, I got a different row count, but in the clone table, I still have 99,992 records. So the bytes are also changing for both the simple order and the simple order clone table. So if I go and validate my total storage matrix, this will show me a different number, and now the clone table will not have the 0 values. Now you can see that the active bytes have changed from 0 to a new number. Right after the clone operation, both the tables are referring to the same partition. However, after that, the clone object is a writable object, and any changes done on the cloned object will have its own partition files and its own storage. So that's all about cloning the simple tables. That's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one.